Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial, I am going to show you this fun idea of using non-traditional colors and non-traditional color combinations to create some really beautiful decor for your home. The things we're going to be making today are late fall and winter focused, so they're not specific to Thanksgiving and they're not specific to Christmas. And I think you're gonna just really love it because I do. Okay, so this is where we're going. And there's one other idea that involves some snowflakes. We're gonna be using these stretch canvases, which I get mine generally at Walmart. They come in a package of 4. They're 6 by 6. I don't remember what the price was, but it's pretty. They're just a couple dollars a piece, and they're the chunky ones, so they can sit up on their own. We're going to be using those. We're going to be using some pink today. This is the Waverly Chalk Matte Finish No Prep acrylic paint from Plaid in Ballet slippers that I'm using. It's from Walmart, but you might be able to get it other places. We're going to be using copper chalk paste. We're going to be using a palette knife, which is always so much fun. And then we're going to use a combination of some of these brand new snowflake stencils that are so awesome. And this one, Winter Woods, which is just beautiful. We're going to make a set for both of them. So it should be really fun. As you're hopping on, tell me where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle, feel free to ask questions. I'll get links at the very end. Okay, so to speed things along, and because I didn't want you to get bored, I have already painted my canvases. I just did one quick coat of this pink paint. And if you were giving them as a gift, you could do this area too. But I just did the sides and the front. It took no time at all, okay? And I have 2 other that are in process that I'll show you in a minute. Okay, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stenciling using some of these snowflakes and also using this deer. It's called Winter Woods. Using the copper chalk paste. So after I had these painted, I took them outside and I gave them one coat of clear matte sealer spray. Here's the thing, and this is important. I have found that sometimes these stretch canvases are a little bumpy, and sometimes you can get kind of a not crisp stencil impression. And if you spray them with a clear matte sealer before you stencil, after you've painted, it seems to improve it. So that's what I did. So these are all ready to go. And I think we'll start with this. Okay, this is a beautiful stencil. I've already used it. We made a few weeks ago this one. We also used a palette knife on this project. This was a $5 Dollar Tree Plus tray. And then here's the other one that we made at the same time. Pretty, huh? Yeah, I love this stencil. It doesn't scream Christmas, and so I feel like you could use it all year long. Okay, and I'm going to be focused just on this big back. First thing is that this stencil is pretty new. I have used it maybe 4 times. So I'm going to fuzz it, which just means laying it on a low lint towel. This is called a tacky towel. You can get it at magnoliadiy.com, or you could fuzz it on a shirt like this or on a pair of jeans. That all works. It just makes it so it's just a teeny bit less sticky. And I'm going to lay this so that we just have our back. And so the trees go all the way up to the top. I'll hold it up and show you. So we're just doing part. And I don't know, maybe it seems weird to you guys that I'm doing this in pink and copper. But if you look around at home decor stores and online and on Pinterest, you will see there's a lot of interest in this combination of pink and copper. You could also do the rose gold. This is chalk paste. You could do the gold. You could do red glittering gold and another color combination, or you could do the black glittering chalk paste. But I'm choosing copper because this is the specific combination of colors that I'm loving so much. So I'm not going to decorate my whole house for this winter in pink and copper. I'm just going to put one or two little accents here or there, combined with the rest of my palette is pretty neutral, and I think it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so I just took a little blob of this glittering copper chalk paste, and I'm going to squeegee it onto my stencil. And I want to be careful not to use too much. Sometimes these canvases can flex a little bit while you're applying your medium, and that can sometimes affect how your stencil impression looks. So I'm hoping for a good result. I got a good result with the first one. So I'm going to just get all these areas covered, and then I'm going to pull off the excess, and this is what it looks like. It's not centered. I decided to do this off center. Oh, it looks great. Yay. Okay, I'm throwing this stencil in my little tub of water, and find a paper towel and I'll show you. This is what it looks like, which is pretty wonderful. It's hard to see on a video, but in person, this combination is gorgeous. What I think really takes it up the next level is when you use a palette knife to do the edges. So this is how I'm going to display these. I could come back and add some more trees from the edges of that stencil if I wanted, but I think they're lovely just like this. And I'm going to give this a second to dry, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the palette knife edging. Okay, so now let's do some snowflakes. These are the new snowflakes, which I used them a ton last year. Oh my gosh, my set looks terrible, so I went ahead and got a new set this year. And yeah, these are great. They're super versatile. You get 2 big ones, 2 medium ones, and then 3 small ones. And they're awesome designs. And I'm going to look at the piece that's going to go with it so I can get an idea of how I want it to look. Okay, there's the big one. Let's do this one. This is a small one. I'm just going to kind of lay it down and get an idea of where I want to place it. And I want it to look kind of random, if that makes sense. So I'm just figuring out the arrangement right now. What do you guys think so far? Just wait till you see these finished. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys know that when I don't sleep, I tend to wander around Pinterest, and I have been seeing a lot a beautiful pink and copper for the holidays. So that is what inspired me. Okay, I have my stencils on. I'm going to do this big one first. I'm just lifting up the edges of the other ones. And I'll take it off and I'll come and do the other ones. So I seriously think that when you're going to stencil on stretched canvas, that it's a good idea to spray it first. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. That's going in my little bath of water. Let's do this little one next. Let me move this out of the way. And I'm going to try not to get it into the wet copper chalk paste of the other one. So tell me in the comments, and when I'm done I will sit down. This is a little squeegee, it's a small cut apart squeegee. That's how I apply my chalk paste most of the time. Anyways, when I'm done I will sit down in my comfy chair. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And read all of your comments and answer all of your questions. I just, I see a comment here and there. But it's hard for me to talk and chew gum, and it's hard for me to craft and read at the same time. So I apologize if you're hoping to get an immediate answer, but I will read all the comments and answer all the questions the very second I'm done here. Okay, so this is a fun step, but where it really gets fun is when we get the palette knife out, and that's the next step, so stay with me. And I'll tell you all about that. Okay, hopefully it didn't smudge. No! Oh my gosh, it's beautiful! Oh, wow, wow, wow. This is one we just did, and this is the one that I did earlier. So, let me put this one that is wet up here, and we'll start with this one on the next step, which is the really fun step, if you ask me. Okay, and I'm just going to work off of a paper plate. I am using my plastic palette knife that came in a package of 3 from Dollar Tree. This is the one I like the best, but maybe you like this one, or maybe you have a set of professional ones that are actually made out of metal and wood. If you ask me, this is as good as anything else. And I'm going to take some chalk paste, some of this copper, and I'm just going to put a blob here on my plate. Got it all over the handle. Okay, so then I'm going to tap my palette knife into this copper chalk paste and take a little bit of it off. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the edges. So you hold it like this. And if you're intimidated, which is how I felt the first time I tried this, don't be. Because basically what you're doing is you're letting the bumps on your project catch a little bit of the chalk paste that's on your palette knife. It sounds like artistic or something, and if you don't consider yourself artistic, you probably think, oh my gosh, I could never do that. But it's really not hard at all. And you want it to be kind of random. Okay, and then next I'm going to hit the edges. This I just think is going to just give it some interest. If you get a super huge blob like I got right there, I can come back once it is dry and use a wipe or even a wet paper towel and pull some of this chalk paste off and then do it over. So when you're working with chalk paste, it is pretty forgiving because it's not permanent unless you make it permanent by spraying it. And yeah, so can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just dragging it. And how much of this you want to put on is completely personal preference. So let's get to the last bit of it. It looks like it was snowing, little bits of copper, and yeah. So here's the front and the sides and the underneath. What do you guys think? Looks like it's vintage is what Gina Whitehead says. I agree. Isn't it cool? Okay, let's do the other stag. And I'm gonna just be careful because it's still on the wet side. So I'm hitting the edges and the back edge. And you can keep coming back and adding to it. You can let it dry, look at it, see what you think, and then come back and add more or take some off if you think, like I just got a big glob right there. It's a little awkward to hold when it's still wet, is the only thing. So ideally you want to let the chalk paste that you put on the front of it completely dry before you move on to this step. So tell me in the comments if you have ever done pink and either gold or pink and silver as your theme for your decor. So this will go next to this one, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this one's dry. Whoops, we'll hold them the other way. That I'm going to want to add some more to this. But look how amazing that is. What do you guys think? It looks like copper leafing. I totally agree. Let me see, my comments are stopped. Okay, so let's finish up this, which is the one that we just did. Fingers wiped off and my palette knife wiped off. You can see how quick this all comes together. The only part that takes time is the hard part, and that is waiting for your paint to dry. I am so impatient. And I painted all my canvases this morning, and I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Because I want to go live and show everybody this idea that I'm totally loving. Like the messy blobby look. It looks like fake, well, it looks like copper leaf to me. And I probably will come back and add more. It's kind of hard to manage it, but I will probably come back and add a little bit more of the palette knife scraping. So I think these are going to be really fabulous together. I'll figure out how they need to stand so they make sense as a grouping. And just so you know, this right here on the edge of this scallop tray, that is white chalk paste that I did with this exact palette knife, doing the exact same technique. It's really fun. And this black chalk paste is what I did on this tray on the scalloped edge. And it adds a whole layer of interest, I think. So that is the quick craft that I wanted to show you guys today. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much to everyone who did stars. I really appreciate that. If you want links to the deer stencil, which is called Winter Woods, or any of these, or the snowflake, or the copper chalk paste, or the other colors, or anything else, just let me know. If you want a supply list, you can let me know that too, and it has the name of this paint and where everything came from. So do a this or a this, or say something to me in the comments if you want to see what I have going on here tomorrow and later this week. Those things, somehow, they help Facebook to know who wants to see what. And if they see you engaging with me by doing a this or saying something to me, and if you have liked and followed this page, then they're more likely tomorrow when I go live to put my live on your feed so you see it. So the color combination is amazing. I have my ring light on right now, which makes it hard to really appreciate this, but I'll get some good pictures in natural light. And I'll post my pictures here in the comments. I'll also put a link or a list, a supply list up towards the very top. But I'll also put the pictures separately on DiyDreaming. Let me know what you guys think about this combination. Is there a color combination that you want to try that you think is kind of different? Or you want me to do? Tell me in the comments. I would love to know. I'm all about experimenting, trying new things, getting out of my comfort zone, because you know everything in my house is like this. I'm pretty neutral. These were some trees we did last week. So this color palette is my comfort zone. And if you want to push me out of my comfort zone into some new color combination, just tell me what it is in the comments and I'll give it a go. Alrighty, you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys. I probably won't be live again today, but I will be live tomorrow, so I hope to see you then. And be looking for pictures this afternoon. Judy Hughes says she cannot wait for her copper paste to arrive. This is so pretty. I love it. I love perhaps as much as the copper. The rose gold is amazing, but it wouldn't stand out enough with the pink. So it would be pretty on something, I don't know, tell me what you think. It's a gorgeous color. I love it. Okie dokie. See you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day.